Awesome. So let me try to share my screen here. Awesome. Cool. Awesome, guys. So this Friday's presentation is basically all about sales pipelines and why every tutor needs one and how to use it effectively. Because this is something that I've noticed, especially people um, who are maybe new to starting their business or they haven't been doing it for a while. And so this word sales pipeline might even be kind of foreign to a lot of you guys, which is okay. Honestly, it was foreign to me for a while, and I didn't really use one effectively until a few years in my business. And honestly, a sales pipeline is something that's really made a big difference on me, and on the way that I do business and the way that I do things and the way that we operate here. And I'm going to show you why here in a minute. So today's goal on this training is basically to show you why you need a sales pipeline in your tutoring business, as well as how to actually use one properly. And in addition to this, my goal would be by the end of this training, you understand that you need one too, and you actually can take the information you learned here today and actually implement that into your own business. And start using a sales pipeline to, help you be more effective in your sales goals. So check it out. So, what is a sales pipeline exactly, right? So, a pipeline provides a way to visually see where your prospects are at in the sales process, right? We're going to get more into detail here in a moment, but basically, a sales pipeline is a way to kind of see where your prospects are in the sales process, right? Because each individual that comes into contact with you or is interested in your business or what you're offering or your services, your tutoring, whatever that may be, um, each person is going to be in a different phase of where you want them to be, right? And the end goal is for them to actually purchase your services and actually get tutoring from you, right? So that's basically what a sales pipeline is. And so there's four things that you need to create an awesome sales pipeline. Those four things are: one, you need a prospect, right? You need someone that's actually, knows who you are. They've heard about you somehow. They've seen an ad. They search you on Google. They've done something, and they're now at least, they've piqued an interest in what you're offering, right? So first step is you need a prospect, right? The next thing is you actually need a sales process. So what does your sales process look like? I'm going to show you mine and how I operate in my tutoring business. But every business, no matter what that may be, needs a sales process, right? Um, After the sales process, you need automated follow-ups. You need a way to actually follow up with each one of these prospects that are in your sales process, in your pipeline, in a way that is able to nurture and build relationships with the people that are in your pipeline, so you can again eventually turn these people into a paying customer of yours, right? Which is always the end goal. And then your revenue targets, right? Like what type of revenue are you trying to generate in your business, right? Because I talk to a lot of different tutors, and some people, they just want to make a couple extra $1,000 a month. And there's some people that want to make six figures and beyond. So know your revenue targets, because the sales pipeline is going to be able to help you drive these numbers here. Okay. So let's talk about prospects. So a prospect or a lead basically needs to come into your world somehow, right? And so I have a whole list here of different ways they can come in, but basically they have to somehow be interested in what you're offering, right? So this could be from a phone call. This could be from a referral of a past client or a current client. This could be from your Facebook page or Instagram page, or Facebook ads or Instagram ads. Even it could come from Google searches, Google My Business. It could come from your Yelp. It can come from email blasts that you're sending out. It can come in a form of many different things. But essentially, a prospect is someone who picks up the phone or is somehow interested in your tutoring services, right? Um, so this is what a typical sales process for a tutor should look like, at least for my tutoring business, and it's served me quite well. Is step one, the lead comes in, okay? And this is referred to as the prospecting stage, right? The lead comes in, again, they're interested, they email you, they do something, right? This is the prospecting phase. Step two is actually getting in contact with them. If they call you and you pick up your phone, awesome, you're already in step two. But if they send you an email or they send you a text message or something, the first thing is actually getting on the phone and qualifying them to make sure that they're qualified for your services, right? They might not be a good fit for your business and you may not be a good fit for them. So step two is just contacting them and qualifying them, right? Step three is if the lead doesn't buy, that's okay. This is where the relationship building phase comes into play. This is where you want to build a relationship and nurture that lead. um, that's step three, right? Step four is, they got on the phone with you and they end up scheduling their first session, right? They scheduled their first session finally. This could be after some nurturing, or it could be on the first phone call. And so this is the closing, right? This is where you're trying to close this person on a tutoring package or a long-term, deal or something like that, right? So and then step five, the reason I have these separated, because they may not purchase, they may just schedule that first session, and then sometimes people will cancel or back out or reschedule or whatever that may happen. So then you're going back to the relationship building, right? You want to continue building that relationship. But once they come in and actually purchase, that is the fun part. That is the actual getting paid, right? That's cash in hand, cash in your bank account, and you're actually able to go off to the races and help the student and exchange to help your business, right? So knowing your revenue targets and why that's so important is because using your tutoring sales pipeline, you'll be able to identify which actions that you actually need to take to meet your revenue goals, right? And so what I mean by that is I have an example down here. For example, like, your sales pipeline will provide important insights to questions like, how many people do I need to add to my pipeline this month in order for me to make X amount of dollars, right? So for example, if let's say from building up your pipeline and over time you learn that 30% of people that come into your pipeline actually end up buying tutoring from you, right? And let's just say your average tutoring package is, for me, the average is $600 a month. So let's just say it's 600, right? Well, so you would know if you're closing them at a 30% rate, that if you got 100 people into that pipeline, then you would essentially get 30 new paying customers because you know these numbers, right? And then you could figure out the math on how much money that may be. So you're able to kind of reverse engineer how many people you need to be adding to this pipeline to make the amount of money that you actually want to make in your tutoring business, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Um, so after knowing all of that, you're going to have to get into the automated follow-ups, right? So you should be able to automate your follow-ups for each stage of your pipeline. And I'm actually going to show you examples here. We're going to pop into the Smart Tutor system here in just a moment. I'm actually going to show you in real time. But by nurturing and building relationships with each lead you receive, you'll increase the number of leads who will actually become clients, right? And this is a huge thing that most people are missing, is this whole follow-up part. So many people either don't know how to follow up, underplay following up, don't have the time to follow up, or they don't know, how to follow up, what to say it, when to email them, etc. So you have to have a way to be able to do this, though, that is, in an automated fashion. So you're not spending, hours and hours and hours, or hiring tons of salespeople to do this for you, right? And it helps push people along the sales pipeline. So automation helps move your leads from one stage of the pipeline to the next without you having to do any additional work, right? Which that's always the goal. The goal is to be able to make more, help more people, do more without actually, putting all the heavy lifting on our shoulders, right? So what does an actual pipeline look like? So this is actually a screenshot of a pipeline that I'm using in my tutoring business. And then we're gonna actually hop in here. I'm gonna show you a live example, but essentially we have lead in, right? And so this is basically the lead coming in either through like, website inbound call, Google My Business, etc., which this is good information to have because you can know exactly which avenues of marketing are working best. And then I have my attempted contact. So I would literally just drag and drop this to this spot, right? And then this would populate, and then whatever I have set up here would start automating. Follow up hot leads, and then scheduled for session. And then over here, it's kind of cut off. It actually says purchased tutoring, right? So let's actually hop into the Smart Tutor system. And let me show you how like an actual pipeline works. So give me just 1 second, guys. Let's see. Awesome. So this is what the system looks like. And if you go down to this opportunities tab, this is going to be, so I have a couple of pipelines here. I have the main two is the main sales pipeline and the current customer pipeline, and I'll explain. So when a lead comes in, it's going to automatically populate this lead in depending on no matter how they came in. If they came in through a text message, if they came in through a chat widget, if they came in through a phone call, this is going to automatically populate. This is just a test lead I created. But let's just say you have someone who called you and for whatever reason it's not populating here. You'd click new, and then you would just type in, let's just say contact name is like test, test student, and then you would type in their email, their phone number, if you want to tag them with anything, their company name, if you need that information, your opportunity name, right? And so here's the cool things, like the lead value, right? Let's say the student's worth $600 to me. Then you would click add. Oh, I guess it needs the opportunity name. Let's just say student 3rd grade math. Boom. We'd add this to the pipeline, and now it's here. Okay, so lead is in. So this just means someone's interested in your business. And then let's say you try to attempt to contact them, you give them a call, and they end up not picking up your phone call, right? Which happens a lot. They're busy, they're at work, they sent you an email because they can't get on the phone at the moment, whatever that may be. You're just gonna drag this and drop it here. Now they're in the attempted contact phase. And so what this would do is this will automatically start nurturing this lead and trying to get in contact with them. So let me actually show you. I'm not going to show you every sequence, but let me actually hop in here for a second and show you this attempted contact. So it would be down in marketing campaigns, and you would see main sales pipeline, you see attempted contact campaign. So once that person's automatically dragged to that spot, this sequence here is going to automatically start popping off. So like, for example, after a minute that they've been dragged there, it's going to shoot them a text. It says, hey, Susie, this is Richard with XYZ Tutoring here. I just tried giving you a call. Sorry I missed you. What's the best time to reach you today to discuss our tutoring options, right? And then after 20 minutes, they'll get an email. After a day, they'll get another email. After 4 more days, they're going to get another text, right? And what this is going to do is this is going to try to take them out of the attempted contact phase. It's going to try to attempt to actually contact these people so you can get them on the phone and move them down your pipeline, right? So let's say they called you and they're really interested in tutoring, but they're just not sure yet, right? You drag them over to the follow-up hot lead. A hot lead is someone who's interested, they're just a little bit on the fence. And this is going to automate another sequence trying to aggressively get them into your business, right? And then once they finally scheduled their first session, you drag them over here. And then once they actually pay you, they come in and they pay you, that's awesome. You would just go here, you would put you won them, you'd update it. Oh, contact name, let's just say Susie. You update it, and now they shoot over to your current customer pipeline. It should be here at least. Well, they're supposed to populate here. So, and then you can drive them down your current customer pipeline, right? So current customer, you send them a Google review, you got the Google review, you ask them for referral, and then once there are no customers anymore, they're sent over there, okay? So, but the main portion of this is really that main sales pipeline, because this sales pipeline here is going to be what's generating revenue for your business, which is what we all need, right? So awesome. So let me stop sharing here for a second. So basically that's the presentation. So yeah, so that's basically the ending of the presentation there. Basically, today's goal was just to get you guys understanding what the sales pipeline was. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. I see that Jay actually left a question here. I missed it. I know it's not in here any longer. He said, "This is awesome, Richard. Can't wait till my business is in a position to use it. I'm just getting started, so I'll study the recording and stay in touch. I need to finish setting up my summer classes that start next week. Have a great weekend." Awesome. So I know that Jay's going to be watching this recording. So awesome. Thanks for that comment, Jay. I can't wait till your business is booming as well. If you have any questions, feel free to comment in the Tutoring Business Accelerator group. Awesome. Deborah, do you happen to have any questions about the training or about your tutoring business in general? I'll wait a couple minutes to see if you have any questions. And if not, I'll let you guys get your Friday started. Nothing? Okay, awesome. Cool. Well, thanks for everyone who attended. And don't forget, I do these free trainings every single Friday at 12 p.m. PST. That's California time. So hope to see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your Friday, guys.